Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. I'm Joey Senna, joined alongside Jacob Kronberg, bringing you Game 2 action between the Washington Blue Sox and the Canada A's. We saw in the first game the Grizzly taking first place in the Canadian division over the Palm Springs Chill. First pitch from Evan Brandt into Killian Bloat. Ball outside. So what the lineup looks like for the Blue Sox. Batting second is James Cross. Batting third is Mitch Morales. The middle of the lineup is Alejandro Lara, Calvin Rucker, and Aaron Gex. Bloat hits one right up the middle for a leadoff single. And the bottom of the lineup, Aaron Gex, Michael Bucchino, Robbie Carling batting 8th, and Taylor Maldonado will be catching and batting 9th. James Cross digs in. He'll face the righty Brandt from the left side, with Bloat leading from first. The Blue Sox swinging early here to start this game. Thanks for joining us on the CWL YouTube channel on the last day of the regular season. And this is the last game of the regular season before the play-in games start on Thursday. Outside corner, strike 2 delivered from Evan Brandt.
Our seeds are getting checked off that list of who is solidified in what spot in the two divisions. The Alberta Grizzly, congratulations to them. They've won the Canadian division.
The 0-2 fouled down the first base line. That'll stay foul.
They finish with a record of 9-4-1, and will take home that one spot. The Bombers are going to be the 2 seed at 9-5-1. The A's can tie that record, but head-to-head the Bombers won. 4 seed going to be the Rush, and the 5 seed is going to be the Manitoba North Stars. Our game on the auxiliary field right now, that's going to determine the rest of the American division seedings.
The 0-2 is driven into left field. Elijah Lewis runs it down for out number 1.
We entered today with the Chill leading the division at 7-6. They lost. So the Chill are 7-7. Oregon is 7-7. The Power are 6-7. And then the Blue Sox here are 4-10. So the Blue Sox are going to be your 4 seed. But if you're a Chill fan, I guess you're rooting for the other Palm Springs team now in the Power to tie you record-wise, and you have the head-to-head advantage.
And that exciting walk-off we saw from Jeffrey Pellegrino on the Chill.
I mean, imagine the 1 seed comes down to that. The 1 seed determined on Jeffrey Pellegrino's 3-run bases-clearing double.
Trailing by multiple runs in the last inning. Back in this one, Mitch Morales at the plate. Awaits the first pitch in the dirt from Evan Brandt. Ball 1. The mountains in the distance. Could barely see. We have a dust storm going through out in the distance. So we have a storm rolling in, but not until after this game. Bloat heads to second, but that's fouled away by Morales. 1 ball and 1 strike with the batter on, or with the runner on, and 1 away. We have a great crowd here on the last day of the regular season. On Tuesdays, you get 2 tickets for the price of 1. Can't beat that. Brandt gets ready from the stretch. Checks on Bloat. And Barron acted like the ball got him to try to get Bloat off the bag, but unable to get him.
Yeah, Killian Bloat did not bite on the bluffed throwaway from Anthony Barron, but I like the idea.
Try to steal an out. The 1-1 upstairs for ball 2. Morales is third in batting average on the Blue Sox. He's hitting .353. Bloat heads to second base on the high fastball, and he gets in safely.
Good pitch to throw on if you're Danny Carnazzo, but the jump from Killian Bloat just too good. Brandt not always very quick to the plate. And even with all the attention being paid prior in this at-bat, a relatively easy stolen base for Killian Bloat.
Now a runner in scoring position for the number 3 hitter, Mitch Morales, here at the top of the first inning. 3-1 is fouled back behind us. The count now full. This is what the defense looks like behind Brandt. On the right side of the infield, Barron at first, Anthony at second, and on the left side, Padilla at short, Riley at third. As Jacob said, Danny Carnazzo is behind the plate today for the A's. And the outfield left to right is Lewis, Flores, and Jacob Newton out in right field. Brandt looks back at the runner, kicks and deals home on the full count. Up in the zone, but he gets a chase from Mitch Morales for out number 2.
That's a high-caliber 2-strike pitch. Fastball with a little run up and toward the hands of Mitch Morales, who is a swing-first guy. Does not strike out often, does not walk often, and you beat him with a really good pitch. So brings up the cleanup man, Alejandro Lara, who we actually saw pitch yesterday. Looked pretty good on the mound. Big frame, heavy fastball.
It looked like he knew what he was doing on the mound yesterday. He takes strike 1 on the outside corner. 2 outs and an RBI opportunity for the cleanup man. Lara's hitting a cool .333. He's 7 for 21 as Bloat heads to third base. Swing and a miss from Lara. No throw from Carnazzo.
Evan Brandt's got to pay a little more attention to the base runners. No reason there should be a steal of third without even a throw to contest it.
Brandt said there's 2 outs and I'm going after Lara.
Look, he's got some of the best stuff we've seen, but still.
Outside corner gets the call. 3 pitches is all Brandt needs for a second strikeout, and we head to the home half of the first, scoreless. We head to the home half of the first inning. The A's with a bunch of Anthonys in the lineup. We have Anthony Flores leading things off, and then Mike Anthony batting second, playing second, and then Anthony Barron playing first and batting seventh Full of Anthony's is the A's.
Well, while we took Anthony's, we got to shout out our guy Anthony Nash.
Yep,
our field
absolutely.
ops.
Out of the mix. First pitch to Anthony Flores is outside in the dirt for ball 1. Jacob Newton's batting third. Nolan Riley in the cleanup spot. And the middle of the lineup is Danny Carnazzo, Nelson Padilla, 5 and 6 hitters. And then 7, 8, and 9 are Anthony Barron, Elijah Lewis, and Robert Chayka. Anthony Flores takes strike 1 to even the count.
This is a really good A's team, and there's a reason they were in the mix for that 1 seed coming into the regular season finale.
The 1-1 pulled foul on the left side, right into the batting cages.
What I'm interested in seeing is, did the Jacob Newton fan club pull up one last time? By far, the player with the biggest posse coming around with him.
Yeah, when the A's are playing, you always know when Jacob's at the plate. The 1-2, Anthony Flores spoils that. He'll see another one.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a great name, so.
I see what you did there, Jacob.
Did what?
The pitcher for the Blue Sox today is Alexander Ford. Works from the windup and gets Flores to swing. 1 up and 1 strikeout. We saw Brandt record 2 strikeouts in the top of the frame. Now Ford is halfway there. This will now face the other Anthony, Mike Anthony, who's playing second for the A's today. Righty on righty matchup. Ford delivers home. On the knees, strike 1.
Alexander Ford's been underappreciated in this CWL season. What he's done on the bump for a team that was just 4-10 has been quite remarkable.
The 0-1 is driven into right center field for a 1-out single.
I mean, Alexander Ford, pitching in his 8th game, he's got a 1.61 earned run average. Over 17 1/3 innings, he has given up just 4 earned runs.
And he's a guy who pitches to contact. He's not a big strikeout guy, but he'll give you a great chance for the Blue Sox.
Every outing except for one, be it against the A's, he's gone multiple innings for you, mainly as a reliever.
First pitch in to Jacob Newton. Ball 1. Jacob Newton's fan club, not here anymore.
I guess they made the trip back home.
A long ways back to Ontario, Canada. So he takes strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 batter on, or 1 runner on, that is, and 1 away here in the bottom of the first.
Wind continues to howl.
1-1 is lifted high up in the air in shallow left center field. The center fielder, Killian Blow, and Cross come together. Cross ends up getting it, the left fielder. And they tried to get Mike Anthony back at first, but he got back in time. So 2 away after that fly ball.
The initial trajectory of that ball was going to right center field. That is how much the wind carried it. That play was made in left center field by the left fielder. That ball looks like when I slice my driver off the tee with how bad the wind is. We're going to see these outfielders move more and more toward the left side, I have to think.
First pitch in the dirt to Nolan Riley, the cleanup man. Hold bat here in the first with a runner on first and 2 outs. We are scoreless here in the bottom of the first. This is the last game in the regular season. What's been a very, very fun CWL 2023 season. Riley lifts this ball on the left side, and Lara settles under it. So Ford's able to work around the 1-out single from Mike Anthony. We head to the top of the second, 0-0. We head to the top of the second inning. 0-0. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for Washington. Big swing and a miss from Calvin Rucker, who's from Florida. And a fun fact about Calvin, he's cousins with the former MLB veteran Curtis Granderson.
The Grandy man.
You know about Granderson as a Mets fan.
Yeah, I mean, being from New York, so I'm with the Yankees and the Mets for a long time. Actually got a few stories about Curtis Granderson.
Well, his cousin's at the plate. This is your time, Jacob.
Oh, let's let Calvin shine, then get into it.
The 1-1, that's fouled. 1-2.
So actually, when everyone's a little kid, you're obviously trying to get autographs or a baseball at games and all that. And I was at a Yankees game in Chicago at, I believe it was then U.S. Cellular Field.
The 1-2 in the dirt to even the count.
And I got to meet Curtis Granderson and get a ball signed, which was really cool. And then back at home, one of my most memorable Mets games as a fan growing up.
2-2 outside corner to get Rucker looking.
It was Mets Twins, which doesn't come around very often, or at least didn't until the new schedule changes. And I went to the game, I think it was for my birthday, with my dad. Mets losing in the 9th inning. Curtis Granderson's a game-tying home run. 11th inning rolls around. We're still tied.
First pitch is foul-tipped by Aaron Gex.
And Curtis Granderson proceeds to then hit the walk-off home run.
Wow. Very memorable game.
So I've watched Curtis Granderson play some good games for sure.
Strike 2 called on Aaron Gex, who let me use his glove last week when we were helping out with the practice before the games. Shout out to Aaron, who hits the ball to second base and doesn't get out of the box. Looks like he might have hurt himself there, but it was not a foul ball, so still in play for a 4-3 putout. We'll let you know if we get any updates on Aaron Gex.
He may have just twisted his ankle in the box there. He appears to be walking a little better as he's made his way toward the dugout.
So with nobody on and 2 away, the number 7 hitter, Michael Bucchino, will dig in. Righty-on-righty matchup. Bucchino's hitting .310 as he takes strike 1 on the outside corner. He's 9 for 29. 13 stolen bases. So you don't want Bucchino to get on as he takes almost the same spot.
We got a couple of
Strike
guys
2
in this league who can flat out fly. You look at Taylor Lomack, Travius Ford, Michael Bucchino.
Inside for ball 2.
I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody out there of these guys who went for double-digit stolen bases in a mere 14, 15-game season.
The 2-2, fouled back and out of play. Bucchino stays alive.
Although if he reaches here, this is a tough guy to run on in Danny Carnazzo.
He's got a cannon behind the plate. The 2-2 fouled off once again. Bucchino doing a nice job battling at the plate. Our favorite game as the ball rolls down each step.
That
and
man
fans are
overran
chasing
it. He didn't pay attention to the gravity. He overran it.
Someone in a Twins jacket gets it. And a 2-2 is blooped to the second baseman, Anthony. So a 1-2-3 second inning for Evan Brandt. We head to the home half of the second, 0-0. Middle of the lineup due up for the A's. Carnazzo, Padilla, and Barron, 5, 6, and 7 hitters. As Alexander Ford gets back to work for the Blue Sox. Working from the windup, the 1-0 on the outside corner, strike one. The center fielder, Killian Bloat, playing pretty deep from our vantage point, just to the left of the second base bag, out in center field. This ball's driven into left field. Cross runs it down on the line drive off the bat of Carnazzo for out number one.
Well, I guess that's why the outfield played deep.
Yep.
We've got a score update from our final game on the auxiliary field. The Lumberjacks with a 5-2 lead in the top of the 7th inning. So Palm Springs is going to have one at-bat left, down at least 3 runs. In an extremely tight top of the American Division.
First pitch from Ford, finding the zone, strike one against Nelson Padilla.
So the scenarios, if the Power come back to win, the Chill are your number 1 seed out of the American.
The 0-1's lifted into center field. Killian Bloat settles under it. 2 fly ball outs for Alexander Ford here in the 2nd inning.
So a comeback win for the Power. The Chiller 1, the Power 2, and the Lumberjacks 3. If the Lumberjacks hold on to win, the Lumberjacks are 1, the Chiller 2, the Power are 3, and the Blue Sox will be your 4 seed.
A lot can happen with these final 2 games of the regular season. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Joey Senna, joined by Jacob Kronberg. Breaking ball, strike one to Anthony Barron. Who awaits the 0-1. That's fouled down the first base line. 0-2. Just one hit from each team. The hit for the A's came from Mike Anthony. And the hit for the Blue Sox came from Killian Bloat. That was a leadoff single to start the game. The 0-2 swung on and hit towards the right side. Morales, the second baseman, throws over to Rucker. So a quick 1-2-3. Bottom of the 2nd inning for Ford. We head to the top of the 3rd. 0-0. We'll be right back.
Thanks. No score between the Washington Blue Sox and the Canada A's as we begin the 3rd inning at Palm Springs Stadium. First pitch from Evan Brandt, a fastball that runs inside and misses to Robbie Carling. Brandt out of the windup. The 1-0 picks off the knees for a called strike one. A sunny day, but beginning in the final inning of our first game of the doubleheader, the wind picked up. Fastball called to strike at the knees once again.
Not lightly either.
And it is kept going. heavy winds from right to left across the outfield. Brandt's 1-2, slider, dives into the zone for a called strike 3. Beautiful pitch from the young right-hander Evan Brandt, who continues to dazzle on the mound.
Yeah, he painted that outside corner with the slider going through the zone. Excellent pitch on a 1-2 count, getting the punch out.
It's his 4th strikeout already as Taylor Maldonado digs in, the Blue Sox catcher. Open stance, hands held low as Brandt misses down and out with a fastball, ball 1. Evan Brandt just 18 years old, making his 6th start of the CWL season. 1-0, fastball runs upstairs, ball 2.
Well, Jacob, he's got a bright future ahead of him.
He's just not a guy that gives up a lot of hard contact, not a lot of contact at all. 2-0. Bowling ball, fastball down and in is swung over for strike 1. Evan has 31 strikeouts in 19 1/3 innings. And opponents are only hitting a $148 against him entering play. He works from the first base side of the rubber. 2-1. Foul tipped at home plate as the count evens up at 2-2.
Not only does Brandt have great command, all of his different pitches have a lot of movement on them. His fastball tails, his slider, excellent late break.
Brandt wheels and deals. Slider lifted into straightaway center field. Starting back now, sprinting in Flores. Still coming in. Slides forward, and he made the catch. Playing defense against the ball and the wind at the same time, Anthony Flores with a sliding grab for out number 2.
That slider was hung a little bit over the plate. But fortunately for Brandt, he had great defense behind him, and Anthony Flores able to get to that ball in the gap.
This is already generally a pitcher's park. It's big. 350 down the lines, 400 in center, 380 in your gaps. But with the wind blowing the way it is, you're really going to have to get a hold of that baseball to find a gap or clear the fence, as the fastball is called a strike on the outside corner to Killian Bloat.
And we saw Jake Hall do that before the wind really started to kick in.
I think his home run started the wind.
Yep.
He had a blast to left that put the Grizzly in front, their eventual 6-2 win. 0-1 misses low to Bloat. Evan Brandt kicks and fires. Fastball yanked foul down the left field line. Bloat from Swan Lake, New York, playing in his 2nd consecutive California Winter League. As he gets the start in center field today for Jimmy Johnson.
We have a bunch of different guys sprinkled in all the different teams who have made appearances in the CWL before because they have such a great experience while they're out here.
1-2, breaking ball in the dirt, count evens up.
I mean, they get to be in Palm Springs for about a month. You get to live in a hotel with the other guys that you get to meet and become teammates and good friends with. And then you're playing baseball every day on top of that.
And then you get the exposure in front of all these coaches and scouts. Brandt's 2-2. Swung on and missed strike 3. Pulled the string on the changeup. And Evan Brandt works a 1-2-3 third, striking out a pair. We're through 2.5 scoreless between the Blue Sox and the A's. Canada coming up to bat. A scoreless ball game between the Washington Blue Sox and the Canada A's as we kickstart the home third with Alexander Ford missing with a breaking ball in the dirt for ball one to Elijah Lewis. Lewis from San Diego, California, went to Bluefield College. Ford out of the windup. Pauses on the step back, and the breaking ball chopped to third. Through the 5-hole and off the heel of Alejandro Lara, bouncing into the bullpen. Around first is Lewis. He's into second, standing up. Ball hung on the fence. And finally, James Cross gets it in. It's going to be an error against Alejandro Lara, although that ball hit on the nails. Did go through the wickets.
Well, Jacob, that's why they call it the hot corner over there at third base.
Watch your lips. So runner in scoring position, nobody out. And the first pitch changeup in there for a called strike to Robert Chayka. Chayka, the DH today. A chance to put Canada in front early. Right on, right the matchup. Ford working out of the stretch. Peers over to Lewis, who has a short lead. 0-1 home, check swing, and Chayka went around. Strike two. Nothing in two, the count to Robert Chayka. Ford bends the glove on his front hip, now works to a letter high set. A second look to Lewis, now turns and goes. Breaking ball, line to second. Caught in a leap by Morales. Timed the jump perfectly and took away a hit from Robert Chayka.
Kind of snow coned that ball at the end. Great play from Morales.
Well, that's a couple of bullets hit against Alexander Ford to start this inning. One on, one out for the top of the A's order with Anthony Flores. Lewis leading off second, being held on by Morales. First pitch to Flores. Hit sky high down the left field line into foul territory. Lara reaches out, can't make the basket catch. I don't know how Alejandro Lara even made it to that baseball.
How did he stay on his feet trying to run while keeping his eye on the ball, going over the
That ball was
bullpen?
More than halfway to the wall. And he went up, he turned, and sprinted. Keeping his footing, as he said, going over the mound. But it fell in. First semi-eventful strike one. Flores struck out to begin the ballgame. No score between Washington and Canada. Ford works home and misses with a breaking ball.
We have a final score on the backfield. The Lumberjacks edge out Palm Springs Power 5-2.
Well, there's your number one seed in the American Division. The Oregon Lumberjacks.
Who started off the season pretty hot.
And have worked under four managers this year. Cam Roth, James Frisbee, Bobby Brown, and Reed Lavalle have all managed games for Oregon. 1-1 curveball. Just misses upstairs to Flores, ball two. Flores from San Jose, California, played his college ball at the University of Reno, Nevada.
My best friend went to UNR. Did his nursing school there. Have a great nursing program at University of Nevada.
2-1 pitch, popped up right side into foul territory it goes. And somehow finds the empty space in the bleachers.
That was between about 20 fans down there. Luckily didn't catch any of them.
Flores, who was a tremendous leadoff hitter at University of Reno, Nevada. In his time there, had more walks and hit by pitches than he did strikeouts. Ford's 2-2. Belted foul down the left side. And out of play it goes. Count remains 2-2 to Flores. No score. Home half of the third. Lewis at second, being held on tightly by the second baseman Morales.
Flores has 9 RBIs out of the leadoff spot, too.
2-2. Driven deep to left field. Going back cross. He looks up, and it's gone. Bullet home run down the left field line for Anthony Flores, who now has 11 RBIs out of the leadoff spot this year. And the A's jump in front 2-0.
Anthony Flores showing off his power out of that leadoff spot, continuing to help this Canada A's offense.
That ball got out of here in a hurry.
The ball he hit previous to that was hit very well, just foul. He needed to straighten it out in the very next pitch.
First pitch swinging Mike Anthony. Ground ball to third. Gloved by Lara, sets his feet and throws across the diamond, getting Mike Anthony for out number 2.
The very next pitch Anthony Flores saw, he unleashed on it, was able to keep it fair, and drove it over the left field wall.
I mean, Flores has hit a couple of home runs here at the CWL. But I believe that's his first here at the stadium, as Jacob Newton takes a changeup low in the zone for strike 1. Flores is our California Winter League home run king, as Newton drives one to left field, caught up in the wind, cross going back, still going back, reaches up, and it one-hops the wall. Newton into second base, will pull up there as the throw goes to third. And it's a ringing opposite field double off the bat of Jacob Newton.
Well, the bat's coming to life for the A's their second time around. Alexander Ford cruised through the first 2 innings.
I mean, this A's team has the most power in the California Winter League. Flores with 4 home runs, Carnazzo 2. Newton has 1, and Pierce Jones has 1. First pitch breaking ball misses down and out to Nolan Riley, ball 1. 2-0 Canada leading Washington. Both sides hoping to enter the playoffs on the right foot. Ford's 1-0. On the inside corner, called a strike. Canada makes a run in the playoffs. We may have to look toward Anthony Flores for MVP caliber awards. He is 13 for 32 with 4 homers, 11 runs driven in. 3 doubles on top of it. 1-1 in the dirt to Riley, smothered by Maldonado.
Yeah, that's what you would call a power hitter out of the leadoff spot. Exactly what Anthony Flores is. Bigger build, but almost like Mookie Betts with his power out of that leadoff spot. He also has speed on the bases, too.
I was thinking Acuna a little bit with that ferocious swing, too. Now Riley drives one to left field. Cross toward the corner. It's gone. Home run, Nolan Riley. Snuck it inside the foul pole. That ball almost blown foul from the wind, almost blown dead by the wind. But Riley gets enough of it to make it a 4-0 lead for the Canada A's. It's 350 down the line. You need a little more than that to clear a fence that's about 10, 12 feet high. Riley hit that ball 360 feet. That squeaked over the wall. First pitch fastball misses up to Carnazzo.
Well, you were
1.
talking about how powerful this A's offense is. From 1 to 9, all of them have power and can hit the ball well and drive the ball over the fence.
I guess Nolan heard us that we weren't talking about his name on that home run list. Well, we will now. 2-0 the count to Danny Carnazzo, with Canada leading 4-0 in the home third. 2-0 fastball down the heart of the plate.
So many hard-hit balls for the A's. It started with the number 8 hitter, Elijah Lewis. He did reach on the air, but he hit that ball hard down the line. The home run from Flores, a double from Newton, and a home run from Riley.
Carnazzo fouls one back into the net for strike 2. So Nolan Riley, that was his first home run and first RBI of the CWL season.
Good for Riley in the cleanup spot today.
Well, he's a guy who's pitched on the bump, pitched as well. He's gone 8 scoreless innings on the bump as Carnazzo takes strike 3 called on the outside corner. Alexander Ford puts an end to the third inning, but not before the A's erupt. 2 two-run home runs, and they take a 4-0 lead. Two, three, four due up in the order for the Washington Blue Sox as we begin the 4th inning, with the A's now leading 4-0. A pair of 2-run home runs in the home half of the third as James Cross lines one into right center field. It's down for a base hit. Cutting it off in the gap is Newton. It's a leadoff single for Cross.
Blue Sox trying to scratch back into this one. Get a run or two back right away here in the 4th inning.
We're saying Anthony Flores and Nolan Riley, each with a 2-run home run. We haven't seen many home runs at the stadium this year. We haven't seen many games with multiple home runs, let alone a 2-home run inning. First pitch swinging. Mitch Morales flares it into center field, down in front of an oncoming Flores. And a couple of line drives to the outfield getting knocked down by the wind as they fall in for hits. And Washington cooking with the first 2 men on.
They sure have 2 back-to-back bloop singles. But that'll work if you're the Blue Sox.
Heart of the order coming up. Alejandro Lara bats with 2 on and nobody out. Evan Brandt working out of the stretch with a letter high set. 2 checks over to Cross. Now the first pitch home to Lara, which is bounced foul around home plate.
I'm glad I flew my drone before the games instead of after. I would have had a chance with all this wind this afternoon.
Brandt's 0-1. Breaking ball misses low and away. Count evens at a ball and a strike to Lara. Lara hitting .333 entering play. Driven in 2 runs. A chance to add to that tally here. Padilla plays in the back pocket across. 1-1 misses up and in ball 2.
Can't believe how fast this CWL season has gone by. Games every day, so we're just focused on that day.
Lara lines one into left field, coming in, diving forward and making the catch. Elijah Lewis. Another fantastic defensive play.
We've seen him all day long here at the stadium.
A sinking line drive, once again battling the wind. And that's a risky play for Lewis. You don't stop that ball.
That's
It's
going
a
a long
2-run triple.
ways. Yeah.
Instead, runners remain on first and second with 1 out for Calvin Rucker, who slices the first pitch foul toward the batting cages on the right side.
Yeah, as I was talking about, the season's gone by so quickly. We focus on each day. But you blink, and there goes 1 week. You blink, and here we are at the end of the season.
You got 1 week of playoffs left to enjoy after today.
I'm really looking forward to the playoffs this upcoming weekend. We're going to see some great games.
Brandt working out of the stretch. The 0-1 curveball misses in. Right on right, the matchup. 1-1 offering. Lifted foul out of play behind home plate for strike 2.
Well, it's a big opportunity for the Blue Sox. You got your number 5 hitter, Rucker, up. With only 1 away, you need to try to get a run or 2 back.
Canada
after
up
that 4
4-0.
Yeah.
The 1-2 to Rucker. Golfed foul once again as Calvin Rucker stays alive in the at-bat. Rucker 6 for 23 on the season. 3 of those hits have gone for extra bases. Brandt with another 1-2. Fastball up and in. Evens the count up. Rucker, who played in the MLB Draft League this past spring, takes a fastball low, full count. Played his college ball at Georgetown and then did a grad year at Savannah State, where he slugged .716.
Whew.
Payoff pitch floated into shallow right center field. Newton sprinting in. Going out to second baseman Anthony. It's Newton who calls him off and makes a sliding catch.
Newton sure had to come a long ways as that ball, due to the wind, ended up in shallow right field.
And
great hustle play.
These guys are adjusting. The fact that they know that ball gets hit in the air, if it's not scorched in your direction, you're booking it in.
You're running in.
And this is a very fast, very athletic outfield with Lewis, Flores, and Newton. Both runners go. Fastball away. Carnazzo's throw to third. Not in time. Danny Carnazzo thought he nabbed him as he takes a couple of hops up and down behind the plate.
That was a great throw and a great opportunity.
Instead, it's a double steal. Two in scoring position for Aaron Gex. The 1-0. Flared into right center field. It's down for a base hit. Cross into score. Here comes Morales. Throw goes to second. It's a 2-run single off the bat of Aaron Gex, cutting the deficit in half. It's now 4-2. Canada still in front.
Great 2-out hitting from Aaron Gex. Putting the ball in play. That was more of a line drive rather than a bloop, but you could call it a bloop. That was the third bloop single of the inning, and it scored 2 runs. You're not complaining if you're the Blue Sox.
It's a big-time answer. Going after the first pitch, Michael Bucchino laces a single into center field. And the Washington offense clicking. It's the 4th hit of the inning for the Blue Sox, trying to combat a 4 spot for Canada in the home half of the third. 4-2 A's lead. And the tying runs aboard for Robbie Carling. Brandt out of the stretch. First pitch slider on the inside corner. Called a strike. Right on right the matchup. Brandt watches Gex dance off second. 0-1 breaking ball hits Carling. That'll load up the bases, and Evan Brandt struggling here in the 4th. Bases full, 2 outs, and Taylor Maldonado comes to bat.
Well, with a good swing here, Maldonado has a chance to tie this game after they were trailing 4-0 at the beginning of the inning.
Single probably ties at a gap or may give his team the lead. Maldonado flied out to center field last inning. First pitch fastball in the dirt, picked out by Carnazzo.
Great pick from Carnazzo behind the plate. If that gets by him, Gex is scoring from third.
Jerry Davis throwing in the A's bullpen. Brandt, long pause on the mound. 1-0 overthrown, back to the backstop it goes. Gex sprinting home, and he crosses the plate safely. A wild pitch scores the Blue Sox 3rd run of the inning. And it's a 1-run ball game with the tying and go-ahead run both in scoring position as we play the top of the 4th.
How about the Blue Sox responding right away after the 4 spot put up by the A's in the bottom of the 3rd, responding with 3 runs of their own here in the 4th.
Brent's 2-0. Misses inside ball 3. There is an open base at first, but the top of the Blue Sox order waits on deck in the form of Killian Bloat. Bucchino off of third, calling behind him off second. Brandt's 3-0, called a strike. Maldonado taking all the way. Brandt kicks and goes, 3-1. Chopped foul on the left side. Evan Brandt about to throw his 68th pitch of the contest. His team leading 4-3, hoping to escape this inning with his team still in front. Payoff pitch from Brandt. Chop to the left side. Charging Riley. Gloves. Throw to first. In time. Riley got held up by Carlin, going from second to third, and still somehow had enough on the throw to get Maldonado and end the inning. But the Washington Blue Sox answer the A's 4 with 3 runs of their own, and we're halfway through. 4-3 Canada in front. Six, seven, eight due up in the A's order as we begin the home fourth. Canada in front 4-3 as Alexander Ford misses with a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. 4 runs in inning number 3 for Canada on a pair of 2-run blasts by Anthony Flores and Nolan Riley. Jerry Davis continues to throw in the A's pen. Ford out of the windup. 1-0. Lifted into right field. Gex to his left, lines it up, and makes the catch. With the wind now blowing in toward home plate. This might be as ferocious as I've seen the wind since I've come out to California.
Yeah, where I'm from, up in Northern California, it doesn't get this windy.
I mean, our computer screens are shaking. I'm using paperweights on my charts right now as Anthony Barron takes a big swing and a miss at a curveball for strike 1. Dust now blowing up in the air.
A lot.
Right across home plate, and now Alex Ford is going to turn away from it. It's kicking up from behind the batting cage in the right field line, and you can see all the players turned with their backs to it now, or umpire and batter included. While this hopefully passes soon.
It's cool to see the different elements in different climates, and this is part of the being in the desert.
I don't know how much I like this part. 99% of the time, awesome. Ford back out of the windup, 0-1, lifted foul into the net behind home plate for strike 2.
Look at those palm trees in the distance. All of them going left.
Nothing at a standstill in this wind. Ford's 0-2 pitch. Rolled on the ground to the right side. Sliding stop on a backhand Flores to his feet in the throw to first. Gets Barron for out number 2. Nifty looking play by Mitch Morales, who can pick it out there at both second and third. Ford gave up 4 runs in the third inning. His team got him back with 3 in the top half of this inning, and looking to stack a 0 on top of it. First pitch swinging, Elijah Lewis skies it to center field. Sprinting in, Killian Bloat. Ball hung up long enough for Gex to get there too, but it's Bloat who makes the catch. It caps off the 1-2-3 inning. We're through 4 full, A's 4, Blue Sox 3 on the CWL YouTube. Top of the 5th inning at Palm Springs Stadium, and a new pitcher on the bump for the Canada A's. They call upon the right-hander Jerry Davis. Face the top of the order for the Blue Sox. First pitch swinging, Killian Bloat. Flares it in the air down the right field line, 3 A's after it. And it falls between the bunch and out of play. Tenth appearance of the year for Jerry Davis. He's 0-1 with a 1.34 earned run average. 26 strikeouts over 15 2/3 innings. And he has allowed just 1 run in the month of February. Oh and 1 the count to Bloat. Davis working out of the stretch. A 1 on the outside corner, called a strike. Bloat singled, stole second, and was stranded in the first, struck out in the third. As the Blue Sox try to continue the hot offense from an inning ago, it won't start here as Bloat swings and misses at a tight slider for strike 3. Four to 3, Canada leading as we play the 5th at Palm Springs Stadium in the 2023 California Winter League finale. Tomorrow, the Universal Off Day. Thursday, the fun stuff really kicks into gear with CWL playoff baseball. James Cross, the batter, singled and scored last inning as he takes a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 1. We've seen Cross do it all for Washington. Play second, third, left, right, pitch. And, of course, hits every time as he swings through for strike 2. A 1-run advantage for the A's, trying to end the season on the right note. Davis steps back and delivers the 0-2 pitch. Knee-high fastball, called strike 3. Painting pictures on the mound is Jerry Davis, who has struck out the first 2 men he's faced. Now he's got to get through Mitch Morales. Morales, who in unconventional fashion struck out in the first inning. Just the 4th time he has struck out in 36 at-bats as he takes a fastball in the dirt, ball 1. Morales hitting .353 entering play. Outfield playing shallow with all the wind. As Davis's 1-0 slider bends over the outside corner for strike 1 called. Austin Stover throwing in the Washington bullpen. 1-1 from Davis. Hops in the dirt, ball 2. Two and 1 the count to Mitch Morales. Going to be the catalyst in a 2-out rally. He skies a pitch high, foul territory, left side. Riley drifting under, battling the wind, can't get it. With how high that ball was hit, it's difficult to pop up as you're going to find battling through that wind as it falls in. Even count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Morales with the bases empty and 2 down in the 5th. Canada leading 4-3. Davis from the letter high. He rocks. 2-2. Hooked foul into the bleachers down the left field line. Right over the head of Levi Wilson. The A's pitcher getting loose. Davis circles through the signs with Carnazzo. High leg kick. 2-2 chopped out to short. Waiting on it, Padilla gets the low hop. Throw to first in time. It gets Morales by a step to cap off the 1-2-3 inning. Jerry Davis out of the pen. Strikes out a pair in a scoreless 5th. And we're through 4.5. A's leading 4-3 on the CWL YouTube. As we begin the bottom of the fifth, Jimmy J.J. Johnson makes a call to the bullpen. Brings in the 6'7" righty Austin Stover to pitch, with his team down 4-3 to the Canada A's. First pitch fastball fouled back by Robert Chayka. Stover exclusively out of the stretch. Misses down and out with a slider, ball one. Stover played 1 year of collegiate ball at Columbia Basin College before moving to the College of the Desert. 1-1 in the dirt, ball two. Robbie Carling has come in to catch him. So he and Maldonado will likely switch between the DH and the catcher position now. Stover's 2-1. Cued foul on the right side. Waiting on it, Rucker. He'll glove, take it to the bag himself, and record the putout for out number one. 4-3, the A's leading the Blue Sox. All of Canada's offense came in the third, and boy, did it come in some fun fashion.
Yep, speaking of the action, it was Anthony Flores who really got the scoring started with his 2-run home run back in the third. He and Nolan Riley both with 2-run home runs, almost in the same location over there in left field.
Yeah, Riley's tugged the line a little more as Flores takes a fastball away, ball one. But Anthony Flores, that home run he hit, I don't think I've seen a ball get out of here quicker this winter. We've seen most of the home runs have been more towering.
Yeah, it was a line drive off the bat of Flores. Yeah.
1-0 to Flores, takes a hefty cut again and skies it high on the left side. Into foul territory, Lara, Bucchino, cross, all there. It's Lara who makes the catch. No signal that he was going to do that as Bucchino almost collided with him.
Well, the wind died down a little bit, but still a tough play over there near the fence.
Still an adventurous pop-up, to say the least.
Yes, absolutely.
As Austin Stover has come into the game and retired the first two A's he's faced. First pitch fastball on the outside corner, called a strike to Mike Anthony. They play Anthony to pull on the ground as Stover works from a bell tie set. 0-1. Lined up the middle and through for a base hit. Morales deflected it off the end of his glove, but it's a 2-out single for Mike Anthony. Giving the big boys a chance to hit here in the fifth as the A's look for insurance. Up 4-3, approaching the late innings. Jacob Newton, the batter, doubled and scored last time through as he laces one to center field, drifting in, diving forward, and making the catch. Killian Bloat. Web gems galore today at Palm Springs Stadium as Killian Bloat takes away extra bases from Newton and ends the fifth. Austin Stover works around a 1-out single, and we're now through 5 full. A's 4. Blue Sox 3, sixth inning coming up after this.
We start the top of the 6th inning as we get in late in this game. New pitcher for the Canada A's will be Levi Wilson. What can you tell us about Mr. Wilson?
I'll tell you, he's worked a lot of games this year for Thomas and Cavilla and the Canada A's as a shutdown guy at the back end of their bullpen. Hard-throwing right-hander, starts with kind of a closed stance on the mound when he delivers. It really comes across the body with that delivery. But this is going to be his 11th appearance in 15 A's games. So he's pitching.
That's a workhorse
in about
for you.
70% of the contest this year.
The 1-0 is up and in for ball 2.
And when you look at Wilson, the 4.42 ERA is jarring a bit when you look at it. But if you dive into the numbers, it's only 2 bad appearances. He's got an appearance where he gave up 4 runs against the Bombers, and an appearance where he gave up 3 runs. That was against the Blue Sox, so they've seen him before.
The wind picking up once again from right to left.
He gave up a single run in the tie against the Grizzly, but in his other 7 appearances, they have been shutout performances.
He's behind here. He's facing the middle of the Blue Sox lineup, Lara, Rucker, and Gex. 3-0 finds the outside corner for strike 1.
Command is where he'll find himself into trouble. In the 2 appearances where he gave up those 3 and 4 runs, he walked a pair of batters in each of those performances. Has not walked a guy in his last 5 appearances, though.
Finding the outside corner, painting the corner.
However,
Wilson back in the count, was behind 3-0. Now full count, 3-2.
He's about a 4.5 walks per 9 inning guy this winter. You want that number down a little bit.
Well, he comes storming back after behind 3-0 to striking out Alejandro Lara. Now that brings up Calvin Rucker, who struck out looking back in the 2nd and flew out to right field in the 4th. He's 0 for 2. 4-3, the A's lead. The A's scored 4 runs in the 3rd inning, thanks to 2 two-run home runs. That's strike 1 on the outside corner to Rucker. Those home runs came from Anthony Flores and Nolan Riley just 3 batters later. 0-1 is lifted. Bending, foul. That's going to be out of play. Reaching metal bleachers on the right side of the field. And the Blue Sox responded right away. In the top of the 4th inning, Aaron Gex came up with a big 2-out, 2-run double.
It was a big-time hit for Aaron, and it was a hit that the Blue Sox really needed, as he said, to try and recapture back some of that momentum.
0-2 misses upstairs. 1-2 to Rucker. The 1-2 just inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the clouds above starting to creep in from the northwest side of the ballpark. 2-2 from Wilson. That's low and outside. Another full count for Wilson here in the top of the 6th.
Live and die with that good old number 1. Trust the defense behind you. They've played extremely well today. You don't want to give Rucker a free pass.
Wilson kicks and deals in the dirt as Rucker sprints to first base on that ball that gets past Carnazzo on the wild pitch. So 1-out walk issued to Calvin Rucker, who's not really a threat to run on the bases. Speaking of Aaron Gex, here he is. He had that big double, scoring 2 in the 4th, and he grounded out to second back in the 2nd. He digs in on the left side, facing the righty Wilson. First pitch swing, coming away empty, strike 1.
Good first pitch changeup. If you're Wilson, you're facing Gex. Hit a fastball up the middle for that 2-run single last time through. has a chance to, give his team the lead with a big swing, catch him off balance early.
0-1, swung on, and that's foul tipped into the glove of Carnazzo. 0-2.
Now you speed him up. Good sequencing here, and you're in a place where you control the at-bat ahead 0-2. A lot of ways you can go.
Wilson checks on Rucker at first base, but Rucker gets back to the bag. The 0-2 to Gex, who swings and misses. 3 pitches is all Wilson needs to get Aaron Gex. Second strikeout of the inning for Levi Wilson, who will now face Michael Bucchino, who's 1 for 2. He singled back in the 4th and had an infield pop-up in the 2nd to second base. Strike 1 delivered by Wilson around the knees. 4-3, the A's lead here in the top of the 6th. The last game of this 2023 California Winter League season. The 0-1 is way outside. Ball 1. Thanks for joining us all season long. It's been a pleasure being able to call these games and deliver them to you on YouTube. I speak for all 3 of us broadcasters. Thank you very much. Bucchino hits a ground ball to Padilla, who goes the short way to second base where Anthony was waiting. Levi Wilson able to work around the 1-out walk issue to Calvin Rucker. We head to the home half of the 6th. The A's looking to add on to their 4-3 lead. Want me to turn you on? We head to the home half of the 6th inning. The A's with a 4-3 lead, looking to tack on against Austin Stover, who will face the middle of the A's lineup. 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Riley, Carnazzo, and Padilla.
Hoping to find an insurance run if they can.
1-0 on the outside corner to even the count.
Chance to become the 3rd team to reach 9 wins. But still somehow be the 3rd seed in their division. I mean, what a performance some of these Canadian teams have put on this Winter League.
1-1 is hit into right center field. Aaron Gex gets under it in right field. The wind took it a little bit. 1 away for Stover here in the 6th. who's looking to keep this a one-run ball game.
Definitely some shade on the field now with those clouds rolling over.
Could take my sunglasses off for the first time today. Ball 1 to Danny Carnazzo, who's 0 for 2. He lined out to left and struck out looking. He takes outside for ball 2. I'm Joey Senna, and to my left is Jacob Kronberg, bringing you the California Winter League action live. Carnazzo way ahead, 3-0. Stover takes a minute, gives himself a quick pep talk, and gets back to work. Kicks and deals in the dirt. A 4-pitch walk issued to Carnazzo. That'll bring up Nelson Padilla, who's looking for his first hit this afternoon. 2 flyouts, 1 to center and 1 to right. The A's look to add on to their 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch low from Stover, ball 1.
Stover looked real sharp in the 5th inning, struggling with the command a little bit. He's not missing badly, but with that over-the-top delivery, everything's kind of missing downstairs.
Strike around the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 runner on, and 1 away. Both teams with 5 hits. 1 error for the Blue Sox. 4-3 lead for the A's. That's fouled out of play on the right side. If you're just joining us, tomorrow we have an off day as the teams will get ready and practice before the playoffs begin on Thursday. We have 4 days of playoff baseball to bring you. The 1-2 breaking ball in the zone. Strikeout looking for Nelson Padilla. 2 away for Austin Stover and the Blue Sox. That'll bring up Anthony Barron, who grounded out to second in both of his plate appearances thus far. He'll bat from the left side against the righty Stover. First pitch swinging right above our press box. That ball was coming a little too hard for either of us to try to make a play on that.
Yeah, I lost it a little bit. I blinked and kind of just wanted to cover my face.
Time is called. Stover steps off the mound. Checks on Carnazzo at first. Delivers home the 0-1. A late swing from Barron, who's way behind that fastball. Is now behind 0-2. Stover and Carling on the same page. The 0-2, way outside for ball 1. Anthony Barron hitting .200 this CWL season. 0-8's the 1-2, and that's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 runner on and 2 away. 4-3 lead for the A's. We are late in this one for Game 2 for a doubleheader here at Palm Springs Stadium. Outside once again, full counts. to Anthony Barron. We'll see Carnazzo run as the pitch is delivered. Rucker no longer holding Carnazzo on, so he could take an extra couple steps lead from first. There he goes. Lifted, out of play. Foul ball, and we'll do it again. And it will roll down every step of the way. Three balls, 2 strikes. Stover checking the runner. Rucker not holding him on. There goes Carnazzo. And a good thing Rucker wasn't holding him on. He was able to make a play on that. And he flips it to Stover, and that retires the side. We head to the top of the 7th inning. The Blue Sox down to their last at-bats, trying to come back, trailing 4-3. We head to the last in the top of the 7th inning. Last at bats for the Blue Sox, trailing 4-3. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up. Lewis, Chica, and Flores. Pardon me, I didn't flip around my sheet in front of me. Still 8, 9, and 1 due up. Just going to be Carling, Maldonado, and Bloat. That's fouled and out of play.
Looks like Alexander Ford is on deck to hit as well. Potentially the final 3 regular season outs of the year.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Levi Wilson looking to work the last 2 innings for the A's. Third pitcher for the A's after Evan Brandt and Jerry Davis. That's inside, full count.
And we know we've had ties this year in the play. I believe we will play extra innings today. That's what we were told going into the day. There would be extra innings because there's seating on the line. We have not been informed differently if that's shifted now that the seatings are mainly set.
The 3-2 is a ground ball to the shortstop in the hole. Padilla made a great effort on that, and that'll be an infield single for Robbie Carling to start the 7th inning. So the tying run aboard for the Blue Sox. Trailing 4-3 here in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Alexander Ford, who will hit for the first time in Taylor Maldonado's spot.
If the Washington Blue Sox can extend this game, it looks like it's going to go into the hands of Aaron Gex, warming up in the bullpen.
First pitch foul, out of play on the left side from Ford. All right, Jacob, let's talk playoffs.
Let's talk playoffs.
I'm so excited to get the playoffs started. It's going to be 4 electric days here at the ballpark. 0-1's lifted into left field, bending foul. Elijah Lewis making a great effort to get over to the ball, but it falls foul. 0-2.
Pretty nifty pop slide down there.
Alrighty, so let's talk about these two teams first.
All right, so we'll start with the Blue Sox. Their fate was decided going into today. They are the 4th seed in the American Division. They are going to take on the 1-seeded Oregon Lumberjacks, and that will be a Thursday game. We do not know what time the game is yet, but we're going to have Oregon against Washington. And that should be a good matchup. I mean, it seems like both guys are going to have their number one available.
1-2, the runner goes. The throw gets past Padilla, but good backup from Anthony Flores, the center fielder. So a stolen base for Robbie Carling. The tying run now in scoring position.
I mean, there's a few ways that JJ can go with that start. We've seen Lopez throw a lot of innings in the rotation for this team. And Trevor McKee only pitched 2 innings yesterday. That was intentional. So he is available at some point in that first game in a win and go home.
2-2, swung on and missed. A big strikeout from Levi Wilson to get Alexander Ford. 1 away here in the 7th inning. Top of the lineup due up for the Blue Sox.
We went into today, the A's, half a game out of the 1 seed. Tied in second with the Bombers. The Grizzlies won. They clinched the division. The Bombers won. They have the tiebreaker, so they're the 2. So the A's are going to go on the road to take on the British Columbia Bombers, who have been scorching hot in the second half of the season.
That's going to be one fun game to watch. First pitch into blow, swing and a miss. Strike 1.
That's a matchup I'm interested to see what Thomas and Cavilla does pitching-wise. I'm sure based off what we've seen, we'll see Wilson and Davis at some point in that game. But Evan Brandt threw about 70 pitches today. So on 1 day's rest, he's probably not going to go.
The runner goes. Curveball bends in. Strike 2. The tying run just 90 feet away for Washington here in the top of the 7th. 1 out.
My guess would be Harrison Humberstone against British Columbia, who I haven't checked who threw for them today on the backfield. If not, you'd think maybe Mark Berryman or Jacob Tate could get a go. Spencer Tack threw 6 innings yesterday, so you're probably
most
waiting till a semi for him.
Yeah. The 0-2, Wilson searching for a strikeout, and he gets it. It is dropped third, so Carnazzo looks back the runner to third and throws a strike to Barron. 2 outs. The Blue Sox down to their last out. The tying run just 90 feet away for James Cross.
Actually, I take part of that pitching back. Canada's going to have an extra day off. The Canadian semis are going to be on, or the quarterfinals will be on Friday. 2 days, is it enough for Brandt, who's been the ace? I don't know, but the bullpens will be ready to go.
First pitch inside to Cross, ball 1. 3 runs scored by the Blue Sox in the 4th. They have 3 runs on 6 hits. They do have 1 error. That's fouled back. And the A's scored 4 runs in the 3rd on 5 hits and a clean game defensively for them. 0 errors. They're looking to Levi Wilson to save this game. The last game in the 2023 CWL regular season. 1-1 upstairs fastball. Gets a swing and a miss from Cross. Down to their last strike. It's the Washington Blue Sox. If it gets to him, Mitch Morales is on deck. Wilson gets ready. The 1-2. In play to second base. Anthony throws over in time. And the A's hold on to win 4-3. 2 great ball games at Palm Springs Stadium this morning and this afternoon. A great way to finish the 2023 CWL regular season. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Joey Senna. Had a great time with Jacob Kronberg calling this game. We cannot wait for the playoffs that begin Thursday and go through Sunday with the championship being on Sunday. We'll see you for playoff action starting on Thursday.